Born in Edinburgh, Scotland on November 13, 1850, Robert Louis Stevenson lived a brief but interesting life. During his childhood, his health was so poor it prevented him from receiving much of an education. Nevertheless, he was fortunate in having a nurse, Alison Cunningham, who read him religious stories and told him ghost stories and dark tales. This stimulated his imagination, and at an early age, he decided he wanted to become a writer. He dictated his first story at age 6. Stevenson's family shaped him in several ways. His father's side was filled with lighthouse engineers. Naturally, his father assumed Robert would follow in their footsteps. Stevenson, however, wanted to write, and as a compromise, he studied law before becoming a professional writer. His mother's father was a minister, and both his parents were deeply religious. During college, Stevenson rebelled against his intense religious upbringing, though it definitely influenced his works. Stevenson traveled widely throughout his life, partly for adventure and partly for his health. He had tuberculosis. He visited the United States, traveled through Europe, and sailed the South Pacific. Sometimes he wrote about these travels in non-fiction travel writing. At other times, he used them as material for adventure stories, such as with his book Treasure Island. Stevenson's breakthrough as a writer came with the publication of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. The story came to Stevenson in a dream in 1885, and he wrote the entire novella in just a few days. It sold 40,000 copies in the first 6 months and has since become a classic. On December 3, 1894, Stevenson was talking to his wife and straining to open a bottle of wine when he suddenly exclaimed, "What's that?" He asked his wife, "Does my face look strange?" and collapsed. He died within a few hours, probably of a cerebral hemorrhage. From growing up a sickly boy to becoming an adventurer, living out his writing dreams, Robert Louis Stevenson is remembered as one of the great British writers of all time.